I'm going to do a topic called Teachings of Warren Buffett. Welcome to subramani.com. Please click on the bell icon and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So what things that we can really learn from Warren Buffett? Okay, so first is, it is not simple to learn from Buffett. He says a lot of things. Not everybody is able to consolidate and learn. For example, everybody has this famous example of Peter Lynch saying, buy companies you're familiar with. I don't think he meant buy companies you're familiar with. What he meant was, if you find a product, if you find a company which you're familiar with, go and do research. That is what it means. You can't just you couldn't have bought Jet Airways just because you flew by that and you were very happy. Or you can't go and buy a particular company just because you're using that product. That share may not be available, may not be liquid, may not be a good buy at that price, right? You have to think about all that. So you have to do research. But let us take some of the basic principles, kind of a thing which Mr. Buffett has said. I'll read out, or I'll tell you what he said, and I'll also try to give an explanation. On earning, he said, do not depend on a single income. Invest and create a second or third level of income. This is very simple. What he says is, at a young age, what you have to do is create a corpus which will create a secondary or a third source of income for you. This is also easy to understand because I call this the journey from being rich to being wealthy. Your cash has to work for you. When your cash works for you, maybe by the time you're 45, you've created a second level of income which is enough for you to run your household, and you are able to still save, invest from the second source of income. That's an amazing position to have reached. Now you're financially free, right? So that's what it says. Create second and third sources of income. And obviously for that you have to start young. The day you start earning, you need to start creating a secondary source of income. On spending, he says something very cheekily, if you buy things you do not need, you may soon have to sell things you need. This is so true, because especially when you are young and you suddenly have cash flow, you've never held a job before, so suddenly you got a job, you got cash, there is a tendency to splurge. Do that splurging for a month or two, and then you start investing, and you realize that if you buy things which you do not need, one day your house will be full of things which you do not need and which you are unable to sell, right? So as part of your expenses, decide that you will pay yourself first. I've done a video on this. Pay yourself first means what? You put away money for all your goals, your retirement goal, your children goal, your marriage goal, whatever you have, right? You put money away for all that. Then the amount of money that you have to buy your luxuries, etc., will not be high. You would have saved first and then spent what is residual. Instead of normally what we do is we first go, we earn, we spend, and then if we have a surplus, we think of what to do with it. He says turn it around, and that's not the way to work, right? On taking risk also, he says something very sensible. He says never test the depth of the river by putting both your feet, right? So if you're already standing in the river or in the pool, put the next step very gingerly, put it forward. Maybe it's too deep and you don't know how to swim, so don't test the depth of the water with both your feet, because if you test it with both your feet, you drown, especially if you don't know swimming, right? So there will always be risk. So understand that you cannot say, I will not take the risk, right? If you don't take the risk, you will not get the reward. For example, if you find that there is a share, the equity share that you wish to buy, and you are very confident that it will be there for the next 10 years and people will buy that share, okay, what you do is you say, I think it looks expensive, but it doesn't mean now I will not buy. I will buy 10 shares of that. It is worth 900 rupees today, so I'll put 9,000 into that share. I will put I'll buy 10 shares of that company on a regular basis. What this does for you is you capture some of the share at a high PE, maybe today it's already high, and tomorrow when it falls you pick more of it till you reach your target of, say, I wanted 1000 shares of this company, it is quoting at 1000 rupees now, which means it is about 10 lakhs as of now. I don't have 10 lakhs to pay, but I have 30,000 to pay, I have 40,000 to pay. Every month go and buy the same share. Believe me, I'm the same person who says this just compounding works, but SIP in a share doesn't work, but that we will talk about separately. Buffett also says do not put all eggs in one basket. It can't be a better person than Buffett to say that, because he makes his money doing general insurance. So the greater you spread the risk, but there is always this worry that people would just spread it too thin. If you buy 1% or 2%, there are people with 30-40 lakh portfolio who would go and put 10,000 rupees in one share. It makes no sense at all. If your portfolio is 30 lakhs, you should not be putting less than 3 lakhs in one share, and if you like it, you keep adding and you go up to 6 lakhs, which will be 20%. That is how you should be doing your business, and you are talking of a business of building your portfolio. Yes, you could have a small trading portfolio, but this is how you do. You create a big basket, but you don't make it so micro that everything is 1%. You have 20% into 5, or you have 16-17% into 6. That's fine, but not, you can't buy 80 shares and 90 shares on a 30 lakh rupee portfolio. Honesty is expensive. Don't expect it from cheap people. Good quality balance sheets are not very difficult to find, so spend an inordinately long time in finding good quality balance sheets. Today, a good way of finding good quality balance sheets is to analyze the portfolios of fund managers. If there are some shares there which you have not heard of, go and do research and then decide whether it fits you, whether it fits into your philosophy of buying shares at that price. Thank you.